Hey everybody, we're going to join this game in progress. My name is Michael Reeves. I'm a member of the Spring Stratomatic Football Association. We are in the third quarter of a semifinal matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. And right now the Saints are ahead 20-17. Just setting up things here. So the Rams have the ball on their own 27, 3rd and 8. So I'm going to share this link with everybody, and then maybe we'll get some other people to join in on this broadcast. So bear with me. It's been a little while since I've done one of these broadcasts, to be honest with you. It's been more around like the autumn wind mark, and maybe I did some Strat 28 games. I was a member of this league this year, and for the first time, I had a winning record in 5 seasons, made the playoffs, but I was bounced. So I'm going to try to broadcast some of the rest of these games, and I just caught this link just a moment ago, so we're going to catch this one halfway. But we'll start broadcasting some of the we'll try to get the Final Four on, but Dennis hopped in on my broadcast or on my game a few days ago, and I was very appreciative of that. So I figured I'll just throw this out there and see if anybody would like to join. So again, please bear with me here. There we go. So I've just put the link out, so if anybody wants to join, feel free. And hit me up on Slack so I'll know you're there. So I'll add you to the broadcast. So I'll have to jump on my phone here real quick to look up a little bit of details on both of these clubs. Not a lot of show prep here, so my apologies. In fact, all I know is that Nathan Baylor is the coach of Los Angeles. I'm not sure who the coach of the New Orleans Saints is. Plus, I need to do one other thing here. I need to turn the animation on. I turned that off because I was having some difficulty finishing some of these games, and I thought maybe it was the animation that was throwing things off. Anyway, the Saints now have the ball. There's about 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And there's a completed pass for a first down. Let's open up the card image here. Little rusty at this. So that's Tannehill under center. We see Nick Chubb in the backfield, so that's a nice 1-2 combination. Hopkins, excellent wide receiver. Woods, excellent receiver. Is that Devontae Adams too? I believe that's who that is. That was a pass guessed wrong. Pickup of 9 on the play, unless that was a... Oh, it was. Gosh, how would you like to have this 1-2-3 combination of receivers? Devontae Adams, Robert Woods, and Hopkins. And it's funny, I see offenses like this, and I wonder, why my team isn't competitive half the time. And this is the first year I made the playoffs. I made a lot of trades to become competitive this year. I don't think my receiving group was that poor, to be honest. Landry, Keenan Allen, and Slayton, the rookie from the Jets. But boy, that is a murderer's row 1-2-3 punch, along with Nick Chubb, who had a very, very fine card. Plus Zach Ertz has a great card too. So it's no surprise this club has made it as far as it has. Let's see what their regular season record was. I believe there was a log jam at 11-5, and New Orleans had to play in a first round to get here. For whatever reason, I got a bye, which I've looked at the rest of these teams, and I'm not sure I deserve that bye, but I did get one. But New Orleans did have to play an opening round contest. We'll open that up here in just a little bit. There's a third down play, and there's a touchdown. So the Saints have gone ahead 26-17. Pending this extra point, it'll be 27-17. So let's call up the Excel spreadsheet here on our website and get a little bit more details about these teams. So Los Angeles now is trailing at home by 10. Okay, here we go. So the Rams were actually the number 1 seed at 14-2, and they're coached by Nathan Baylor. And the New Orleans Saints finished 11-5, but we'll get that coach's name here in just a little bit. So New Orleans didn't have to play in the mini playoffs, but they did have to play a first-round game. There were 3 of them. And they defeated the Kansas City Chiefs pretty handily, actually, 42-17. And here we go. So that well, we don't identify them by their last name, but Scott, good luck to you, buddy. This is your team. Don't know your last name. Don't know that it even matters. And there is a pass rush and a fumble, and New Orleans Saints are going to recover this ball. So a huge break for the Saints, who already are up by 10. When you're in the playoffs, the rules in this league vary. The rules across the stratosphere, they vary from league to league. And this is one of the leagues that basically doesn't use what they call double counting. We all use the average run and pass defense cards. However, in the playoffs, to give the home team a better advantage, and it's a nice advantage too, the home team gets the good pass defense to go along with the average run defense, while the visiting club stays average. So the idea of pulling off an upset this deep in the playoffs is pretty strong. Now we've got a team here that is already up by 10, and at the 29-yard line of the Rams, looks like they can put some more points on the board here too. So 27-17. Thank you. Dennis Crowley is listening to this broadcast. Scott Muller, I believe his name is. Either Muller or Mueller. Let's see if Dennis is in the lobby, if he wants to join us, or if anybody else is. I'll pop over there in just a second. So 2nd down and 8. That's Tannehill under center. Tannehill throws to a zone that has 2 men, and it's 3rd down and 8. I just happened to notice the running back that was in on that play, A. Jones. Could that have been Aaron Jones? Boy, this Saints team is loaded. Absolutely loaded. Let's see what their line looks like. A tiny little bit of vulnerability on that line. It's not a great run blocking line, but from a pass blocking line, not bad. What do we got on Los Angeles' side here? Got a 9 on the outside. Got an 8 on the outside. Not a huge dominating pass rush. That pass falls incomplete, and it's 4th down and 8, and that kick is going to go through. So the Saints have extended their lead to 30-17. The Rams will immediately take over on their 25. Miss Crowley, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing fine. I'm rusty on these broadcasts.
No, you're doing fine. I actually couldn't broadcast tonight, so I'm just popping in here real quick.
Yeah.
Trying to get some work done. But,
sure.
You keep going, but if I see anything, I'll jump in.
Absolutely. All right, there's a 2-yard pickup. It's now 2nd down and 8. That was a run from the Gus Edwards.
I will say one thing. Like, this year in SSFA, there's not a lot of difference between the 14-2 Rams and these 11-5 Saints. I mean, they're both stacked, like you said. So being a higher seed, it's not like the number 1 seed's playing a 9-17 that really didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. Both these teams, either one of these teams, can win the championship,
Mm-hmm.
even at this point.
I think what you're saying is true, because if you look at the first round matchups, there really weren't very many close matchups. I agree. The top 8 teams, there wasn't a lot of difference between 1 through 8. So this isn't like a super shocker by any stretch.
But the Saints are getting a ton of breaks. They're really using, and it is Aaron Jones. He has Nick Chubb and Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm.
He's got DeAndre Hopkins, Robert Woods, Devontae Adams, and Tannehill's got a great card. So it's just a stacked team.
Absolutely. Which again, I think shows you how competitive this is when this club finished 11-5. So
right.
That's, it's interesting how we work out the buys. I was just mentioning that, I wound up somehow miraculously getting a buy at number 5, but I don't think my schedule was that strong. And my team certainly was not this strong. This is really quite a club offensively. Second down 11, ball at the Saints 30. They're up 30-17 on the number 1 seed here in the SSFA. And there's a big run of 19 on the play for Aaron Jones. Ball is at nearly midfield. 12 minutes to go on a running clock. We have 2 teams that already have clinched their tickets to the semifinals, but we don't do spoilers here. There's a screen. Going to pick up of 10 yards, get strong, and another first down for the Saints. So as Dennis said, this team is coached by a guy named Scott Mueller. Pick up 1 on the play, second down and 9. And that was a run for Aaron Jones. Six carries for 40 yards. He's splitting all the carries between himself and Nick Chubb. There is Jones in the backfield. That's a quick look, and that's a pickup of 11. Guessed wrong. So Tannehill today, so far, 19 for 30 for 194 yards. That pass was to Robert Woods, who has had a big game, 6 catches for 94 yards. As the Saints already are in field goal position here. Run for 2. The linebacker in the zone, but the center is not able to make the block. About the only deficiency I can see on this team is their offensive line is pretty blasé.
All right, Michael, I'm going to jump off. We'll see. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you down the line.
Thanks, Dennis. You take care. All right, third down and 3, ball at the 22-yard line. 9 minutes on a running clock. If LA can hold them to a field goal here, it'll still be a 2-score gain. But a touchdown on this drive could just about do it. So this third down is super, super important. Third down and 3, 3 wide set with Jones in the backfield. Here's a big call for the Rams. Crossing pattern to Woods. Guessed wrong. Defense guesses run. And that'll put the ball first and goal at the 9. So Woods now crosses the 100-yard mark on 7 catches, 107 yards. Tannehill now goes over 200 yards. And so LA has to hope, like anything, that they can stop the Saints here and keep this to a 2-score game. They're off to a good start. There's a run by Nick Chubb, and that was his 21st carry. He's at 134 yards this game. Defense guesses right. Second down and 9. Look at that phenomenal 6-6-6-6 in the secondary. 1 linebacker in the zone. That's a pickup of 4 on the play for Nick Chubb. And now it's do or die for the Rams. They have to have a stop here. Chubb and Jones, that's Tannehill. They're back in that full house set. Devontae Adams is split left. Zach Ertz at tight end. Third down and 5. Full house backfield against a 3-3-5. There's a pitch to Chubb. Defense guesses run. Great call from the Rams. So they are still alive pending this field goal attempt. It's a 21-yarder, and that one is good. That's Justin Tucker. And so the Saints are now up 33-17. The Rams will take over at their own 25 with a lot of work to do. The script has to be perfect at this point. With 6 minutes to play, they need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. The brilliant Patrick Mahomes under center. He's going to pick up 14 on this scramble. And there's one first down. Ball now at the 39-yard line. Mahomes under center. Not in the shotgun. That's Edwards. Kittle and Cook are your tight ends with Adam Thielen and Cooper Kupp as your wideouts. That's a run guessed wrong on Gus Edwards' card, who can obliterate teams with all of those short gains, and he just happened to bump into the dreaded 5. But even the great Gus Edwards is going to get a yard. There's a short gain run of 16. And now the ball's at the 45. 4:30 to play. Rams trailing 33-17. Guess wrong, pickup of 4 on the play. Gus has 8 carries for 54 yards. He still has plenty of carries, but now time is a serious factor at 3:54, a running clock. You wonder how many more times he can call run. This is because I don't think he's eligible to get out of bounds. There's an off-tackle run. That's a nice pickup. Stays inbounds. Now the ball is at the 28-yard line with 3:18 to go. Nathan Baylor, 14-2 against Scott Mueller, 11-5. The Rams had a bye in the first round. The Saints had to play through the first round, defeated Kansas City. And as Dennis said, these teams are so stacked, it's hard to say what is and what isn't an upset. But I think you're still beating a team with a good defensive card and an incredible secondary full of 6s. That's rough. But Tannehill, I believe, is throwing over 200 yards last I checked. It's another run. There's a pass play that is incomplete. That was a flat pass attempt from Mahomes, and now it's 3rd and 2. 2:24 to go. So 2 tickets are punched for the SSFA Spring Final Four, the semifinals. I'll have to fix my title. I think I called it a quarterfinal erroneously, but I will fix it. There's a pass from Mahomes for 14 yards and a first down. Mahomes in this game is 10 of 22 for 180 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. We've now had the 2-minute warning. The Rams do have all 3 of their timeouts. Ball at the 6, there's your 12-yard pass, and that is a touchdown. So there's part 1 of the 4-part mission. Yeah, that was a pass to Cook, who has 3 catches for 81 yards. If the Saints can stop him here, this game is pretty much going to be over. Because it'll still be a 2-possession game. If the Rams get it here, they're going to extend this game. So a huge call for both clubs. There's a pass to Kittle. It's guessed wrong. And so part 1 of the mission. So the animation didn't show it, but that was an onside kick, and the Saints will take over at their 46. But the Rams aren't out of it, but they need a 3-and-out right here. If the Saints get a first down, this game is over. Wow. There's a run for Tannehill. It's guessed wrong, but unfortunately it drops to nearly the bottom of the card. So no gain on the play. The Rams will call timeout. 1:30 to go. A lot of options here for the Saints, but you are throwing into a secondary full of sixes, if you want to call it that. Really tough looking off defense. There's a pass attempt. Oh, wow. There's a pass attempt, and it is incomplete. And so now it is 3rd down and 10. The Rams still have 2 timeouts, so that's a big deal for them here. Now, one wonders what call we're going to see here. Are they going to try to take some time off the clock? Or are they going to go for another pass and potentially give the ball back to the Rams with 2 timeouts? Defense 3-3-5, and they've moved a man up for a blitz. He's showing blitz. Let's see if he actually does something about it. 4 wide set. So that's Lazard that is checked into the game. Cobb is in there. There's a curl pass to Davante Adams. Defense is double teaming elsewhere, and that pass is going to be caught. And a big gain and a touchdown. So with 4 men in the zone, but with the safety blitz, he called it off, but he was showing blitz. He got that sniper scope reading. And that's a 46-yard touchdown pass, and that will be that. It looked like we were setting up for a big finish there, but now it doesn't look like we're going to see much of a big finish. So 107 to play, and a very impressive 40 points on a very tough defense and a very good coach. So an excellent performance from Scott Mueller. He is going to punch his ticket to the SSFA semifinals. This is a 24-team draft league that has been in existence for years and years and years. I've been a member of it, I believe, now for 5 years. It's a fun league. It's run by a gentleman named Ed Barrow, who runs multiple leagues and is an outstanding coach. There's only one more game to go, and I believe that is Jacksonville and New York Jets. That's Jacksonville Jay Billing, up against the New York Jets, and that's Tom Cook. So that should be a really good battle. There's some top flight coaches that are going to make it here to the Final Four. There's a pass that's complete. He's able to get out of bounds. So 52 seconds remaining. Ball at the 36. Three-two-six formation. The Rams still do have 2 of their timeouts, but they've got to get a score here awfully quick. 40-25, but he's not going to quit. You never know. You might see a crazy fluke roll, 2-12, something. There's an 8-yard pickup, but he's going to be stopped in the field of play, so the Rams will be forced to call a timeout. So 45 seconds to go, 40-25. In this SSFA quarterfinal. That's the Spring Stratomatic Football Association. Nathan Baylor's club, 14-2. Top flight coach in all the leagues in which he plays, and Scott Mueller looks like he's going to crash the party and make it into the Final Four in the SSFA. 45 seconds to go. Clock is stopped. Rams have the ball in their own 44. There's a pass to Barkley, who picks up 5. And it looks like he's able to get out of bounds. So they made their way to midfield. There's 30 seconds to play. Muller playing. There's your double team with your linebackers, and there's 2 in the zone. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Adam Thielen. 22 seconds to go. Pretty much 4 plays left in this game. You pretty much have to score on this one or the next one, so let's see if he throws it deep. Mahomes has a good, guessed right, long pass card. Here he is. He does throw it deep. And the pass is incomplete. It was on the receiver card. I believe Barkley would have been carded by a 4 there had it been on the defensive card. You never know what could have happened, but instead it's on the receiver card. So with 15 seconds to go, there's a deep pass, 2 men in the zone. It's incomplete. Saints will take a knee here. And this game is going to be over with. So congratulations to both Nathan Baylor and Scott Muller. Nathan, great season, 14-2. But he will pass the torch to Scott Mueller, whose New Orleans Saints are now 13-5, 11-5 in the regular season. They won a couple of playoff games. And we are headed to the Final Four. There's one more game left. Check out the website to get the results. It's the Jets taking on the Jaguars. Doesn't appear there's anybody in the lobby, so I'll wait a little bit if anybody wants to join. But if not, we'll wrap this thing up. Just do a little recap show here. Grab a box score. So again, these are 2 stacked clubs. What makes these 2014 team leagues interesting, you can build super teams. Pardon me, you can build super teams. In other words, there's not very many NFL teams can claim the luxury of having Nick Chubb and Aaron Jones. And Aaron Jones is coming off the bench. So you've got 50 carries, 60 carries between them. Plus a Ryan Tannehill card that was really superb this year, and he proved it in this game. He was 21 of 33 for 253 yards. But a lot of that came on that last pass play to Devontae Adams with no man in the zone. He hit the sniper scope, 46-yard touchdown pass. He finished with 2 touchdowns on the day. He did throw 1 interception. Conversely, Patrick Mahomes, not one of his better efforts, 13 of 30. 205 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He was sacked once. Nick Chubb, 23 carries. He paced all running backs with 139 yards. His teammate Aaron Jones, 8 carries for 47. Saquon Barkley, 15 carries for 126 yards, including a big 54-yard run. He did have a touchdown. Gus Edwards, 10 carries for 75 yards. So again, look at those 2 running backs. Both of those 2 have number 1 and number 2, number 1 and number 1 combinations at number 1 and number 2. So you have to stack your team to win a 24-team league. Receiving, again, look at that great selection of wide receivers. DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best in the universe, basically, with only 1 catch for 5 yards, but Robert Woods, 7 catches for 107 yards. Devontae Adams, 5 catches for 81 yards, but a lot of it came on that 46-yard touchdown pass that pretty much iced the game for New Orleans. 4 catches for 53 yards for Kittle, 3 catches for 81 yards for Cook, including a 61-yard bomb. The other touchdown pass went to Saquon Barkley, who had 2 catches for 30 yards. Let's see if anybody had a major game here. So I think it was only 1 sack, if I recall. Well, missed it. There was only 1 sack between these 2 teams. So we'll just make that a quick recap show. Your final score, New Orleans pulls off the mini upset on the road against the 14-2 number 1 seed Los Angeles Rams. So the Saints will travel to the Final Four. 2 games have already been played. There's one more to go. That'll be Jacksonville and New Orleans. The other 2 games featured Seattle Seahawks and let's see who they played. I blanked on who they played. Let's see if I've got that spreadsheet. There it is. Seattle Seahawks faced off with the Green Bay Packers, and San Francisco 49ers also made it to the Final Four, taking on Cleveland. So we'll save it for the last game as far as spoilers, but congratulations to Scott Muller. You have cracked the Final Four, so good luck to you in your next game. So final score, New Orleans Saints 40, Los Angeles Rams 25. We just jumped into this broadcast in the third quarter, abbreviated version. Hopefully in the Final Four, we'll be able to broadcast the games from the beginning to the end. So thank you for joining me for this abbreviated broadcast. My thanks to everyone out there. Stay safe and God bless. Have a great evening.